Hello, Mcluvin News here. So, yeah, I'm back at it again because why today? There's more than one video I put out. Tom McDonald is a Canadian rapper and he's also a professional wrestler, but he seems to want to get into our American politics, talking about all the conservative and right-wing side being the better side, calling out all these crazy liberal left side, crazy aspects to the left side. But where's the aspect of a Canadian, anybody else out of this country that can walk in and talk about our country? The man's got amazing music that calls out the devil is the Democrat. He's got his top #1 hit songs. He showed up at the No Kings rally. He's hit the rhetoric. We all got to support what he's doing. But and the downside of the fact it comes down to the American voter. It always comes down to the American people. It's the value of where we put our vote first. At the end of the day, it's either for the Republican or the Democrat. And the way the conservative and liberal agenda, toxicity and division has been spreading, it divides and destroys the very fundamental growth and prosperity for our kids in their future. Kids are supposed to have an open mind and open generational gap to not feel like they're sucked into the old ways and the old broken rhetoric that our very own generations have called back and looked back at our older generations and say, what was our generation doing for us? It's time we start standing up and speaking out every day to support something and not just follow one man and one man's music. Even as amazing as Tom McDonald's rap and hip hop hits on the notes, all the dangerous rhetoric of trying to shut down free speech and the violence and the rhetoric that he claims that the left is only subject for, the same rhetoric that Donald Trump and other right-wing conservative extreme sides go. And Donald Trump's not even that conservative. Remember back in the 1990s, he was a proud Democrat, and the only reason why he voted to run for president and run for Republican is because he knew people would be dumb enough to vote for him, and they would literally follow through with every single thing that he said coming out of a Republican Party side spokes narrative. So the reality is Donald Trump may be the Republican candidate, he may be the Republican president, he may have won, but the hearts of many of all the divided people, his rhetoric does not always unify and collaborate to speak on terms of his first inauguration addressment, talking about how he's going to actually bring this country back to greatness, rebuild jobs, structure things. I realize he's had a rough duration of his first 10 months now that we're sitting at 10 months in and closing in on the 11 months, but the man has let himself get distracted like he often does too much, and he's running his mouth through a lot of other things, getting distracted, going playing golf, not staying on focus, claiming he's no king, claiming he doesn't just fool around and plus around, claiming he works hard, but the reality is what we see is what we get, and the reality of that deserving factor is the American voice is speaking out loud and clear that Donald Trump is no king and never will be, and the American people that stood up and spoke out, those are the real supporting strengths and values of the great representations of our country for every kid and every family, every gender, of every ethnicity. Mcluvin News, because without the present, we don't fight for that, we don't have a future. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next.